We are live on Facebook with Chuck Fazio. How are you doing?
Very good, buddy. How are you today?
Good, good. It's actually been like 70 degrees, snowing, 70 degrees. It's been kind of bipolar here in Colorado, but
Colorado's always bipolar, though.
I know it's nuts. How is Arizona?
Oh man, it's beautiful out. Sunny every day. Sunny
Yeah, I
every
mean,
day. Yeah. Now the heat's coming, so
yeah. So, um, sorry, I lost my train of thought.
that's
So,
okay.
yeah. So, okay, so not Chuck Fazio, him and his wife built an independent brokerage of 850 plus agents
Yep.
in just Arizona or worldwide.
One office in
Nice,
Arizona. Yeah, built it up to I think we had up to about 900 agents
nice,
and doing about 2 billion in production, 6,000 homes. Yep, out of one space.
nice, nice. What is that? How did you? So I know you're originally from New York. How did you and your wife transition from New York? What did that transition look like to Arizona?
Well, she wasn't in New York.
Okay,
I was in New York. I ran nightclubs for a living. You know, a lot of people know my story. Worked for the mob and drug addict, drug dealer. But hey, we all
all
have.
been there.
Yeah, God got a hold of me. But I moved out to Arizona to kind of change my lifestyle, and I didn't even know what I was going to do. I had no job. And I said, well, let me try out real estate. Yeah, I think people make a lot of money selling real estate, and you're your own boss. So that's what I did. Got into real estate, and I was a failure for the first 2 years. I was broke.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I had a good start.
Why do you think you were a failure? Why do you think it just didn't work out the first 2 years? What was going
It's
on
one of the things I don't think people prepare you really for what real estate is really about. The yeah, everybody thinks of real estate as, oh, well, I'm going to just go show homes. I like helping people.
there?
But then you realize you got no people to help. Somebody's got to teach you how to prospect and market and get in front of eight people and get a lot of rejections. So the mindset's not prepared for it. And I was never really a businessman, so I didn't really understand all that back then. And that's one of the reasons why you see a lot of agents fail now. I don't think they really understand what they're getting into. And
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So they join, right, including myself, and then you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna go tell all my friends and family. They're all gonna use me as a real estate agent, and then we forget or we're never taught or told like, hey, because in school they don't tell you this. Hey, you need to manage your CRM. You
yep,
gotta play with your website. You got to send out flyers. You got to door knock. You got to do open houses, all that good stuff. And nobody tells you that. Yeah.
yep.
So they just see like the brokers or the team leaders or the agents that have been doing it forever that are making 10, 100 grand a month, but
You
there's a
think
lot
it's
of stuff.
easy.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So for the first 2 years, nothing. So
No.
what kind of clicked for you? What's your journey from zero agents to 900?
Well, first, yeah, we'll go back. How did I even stay in the business? Period.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually met my wife in real estate. That's how we met. She joined a team I was already on, and she hated me at first, and I have to use my sales skills on her. But then we partnered up, and it was kind of cool because we held each other accountable. She's a hardworking woman. She's very smart, and so by holding each other accountable, we started to see in production. And we also say by the grace of God, which led us out of our first brokerage to go into a hang license brokerage, really to implement what we knew best. So we went within three to four short years to selling about $40 million of real estate a year, just the
Nice.
two of us, and happened to run a team. And that was by accident. People kept saying, well, we want to hang around you guys. So I'm like, all right, I'm broke, but yeah, that's how we built our team.
Yeah.
So we thought the next logical step was owning a real estate brokerage. And We wound up opening the doors to a franchise office in 2005, and but realized that we'd implement our own systems and what we knew and how we grew it. And we're just hard workers, and quickly grew. Our first year opening up the doors to our brokerage, we recruited 80 agents, and we didn't even have a location. We were in a temporary spot.
Oh
So,
wow.
but we got that taste for success, for building, and it was exciting to us. So fast forward, we went independent about 5 years ago, and then we built one of the largest physical offices probably ever in real estate. Our building is 21,000 square feet.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
it has a full bar, cafe, event center, game room, patio. I mean, this is, we call it the Taj Mahal of real estate offices. And yeah, and just through working and attracting the right staffing and uh, teaching them what to do, we built one of the largest single office brokerages in the country.
Awesome. So I actually know where I want to lead this. I want to provide value. There's a ton of people that are running other teams, not necessarily with us where we're at, but they're wondering how am I going to stay afloat? How am I going to attract agents at a time like this? Because I don't care whether you're a team leader or broker. Agents might say they hate the recruiting process, but that's part of the business, right?
Absolutely. Look, you're going to get people that put you down all the time for something. And the
Yeah.
bigger you grow, the bigger the target is on your back. Um, one of the things, if you want to be massively successful in anything, you better learn how to take rejection. You better learn how to take people constantly. That old saying, misery loves company.
Mm,
You're not miserable and you're succeeding. People want to bring you down to their level. And you're right. Even in running a brokerage, they go, "Oh, all you're doing is trying to recruit me," and I'm like, "Yeah, I am. Yeah, that's what I do."
yeah.
But so to answer your question about what do people do right now, I'm a big proponent on who you surround yourself with matters. It's huge, and it's what got me from being a club owner, drug addict, drug dealer, and then starting to run a good successful business to being a multi-millionaire. Is you start to realize you better hang around with these big players, these big ballers. They think differently.
Yeah.
What happens is you start thinking like them and acting like them, and it becomes second nature to you. So yeah, that's first and foremost who you surrounding yourself with.
So when agents are coming to you, or you're actively, I don't know, saying, "Hey, we're looking to bring on so many more agents." What does that process look like? What does the interview look like? Anything you'd like to share that could possibly help some teams or brokers out there, that the interview process, because I know that's big, right? Because yeah, you get one bad apple in the group, and you can people start feeding off that person, right? Naturally, like you said. So,
Absolutely. It's funny. I was just on a mastermind call right before here with some of the biggest players in the industry, and one of the things that I say is, first of all, you got to build. Don't try to overthink it. Yes, you want to have your big whys. You want to have your morals in place, your standards. But sometimes you don't know who's going to rise up and who's not. And sometimes the people you think are going to rise up never rise up. They're good talkers. So to answer your question, what does my interview process look like? Number one, here's what sells everything. This is just a sales thing. You have to have passion. If you don't believe 100% in what you're doing or what you're selling, nobody else will. And then when you are talking about it, you better be passionate about it. Like my company, I swore by my company. In my mind, there was no better company out there in the industry. And do you know why? Is because of me and my wife. Because I knew how I am. I would do anything for an agent. I would literally be there. But I always tell every agent, you got to meet me halfway.
Yeah.
And so passion sells. And I can tell you throughout my whole career, people would say to me, I'm here because of you. If you believe in what you're doing, then I'm going to believe in what you're doing. If I can't sense that or I can't feel that, I don't want it. And that's sales,
Yeah. Yeah.
passion.
One of my mentors in a previous company I was a part of, not in real estate, one of his talks was passion equals power.
Yeah,
So
excellent. Exactly.
yeah, it definitely hit home because anything I like sink my teeth into, you won't see me get involved in something if I'm not going to be passionate about it, right? I got to give it 110%. Because I mean, I'm sure you get approached all the time with opportunities. I'm just like, and like from good friends, and they're like, dude, do this with me. I'm like, I just don't see it. It's not there for me. So, love it. So,
That's funny you say that. I'll give you a good transition. That was EXP for me.
oh, really?
If you really think about this, so I'll give you a little taste, and maybe somebody could understand what I'm saying as a takeaway. You nailed it on the head. If you don't believe, I'm like you. If I don't believe in it, I can't sell it. So I was approached almost a little over 2.5 years ago about EXP. Let me take that back. I was approached like 6 years ago, 5 years ago about EXP when they were nothing. And the
Yeah.
guy kept selling me on this multi-level marketing, multi-level marketing. You make a lot of money off of other people. And I said, is that what you tell everyone? He goes, yeah, well, you can make a lot of money. Then I go, who the hell's selling real estate? If everybody's making money off of each other and you all got in for that reason. So I had turned it down that many years ago. So I got approached a little over 2.5 years ago. So now, mind you, I'm running one of the biggest brokerages in the country.
Yeah.
And one of my agents who ran a team had said, hey, listen, Jay Kinder and Michael Reese, this is what they're doing. And I knew Jay and Mike. And and I said, yeah, that EXP stuff ain't for me. And he goes, no, no, you should look at it. So I did. I started doing my homework again, and I talked to Jay and Mike, and I'm like, all right, there's something different about this company. Now understand, as a builder, I love residual income. Anybody who wants to be hugely successful, eh, you want to look at something that's residual income, duplicatable, and,
Yep.
and where you might not be working, where you can be bringing in income. So
On the beach in Mexico for a month.
right there you go. And here's the thing with agents, you're always exchanging time for money. And I've been telling my agents for years, I go, I'll be honest, I don't believe in, as a real estate agent, there's no such thing as retiring unless you're putting money somewhere else. You're exchanging time for money. Even running a team, people thought the team was your way out. That's not your way out. It actually makes you work harder and still exchange time for money. So anyway, I looked into EXP again, and I had a conversation with Glenn Sanford, the owner, and basically I said, you know what, I'm interested because I like this model. I go, but I'm not giving up Revelation Real Estate. I just want to be clear. I'll do it because it'll enable me to build throughout the country where I can't do that with my company. We're a one-off office, and I'm not duplicatable. So he said, okay. And I was there for about 6 months. And now remember, you got to remember my mindset. My mindset is I love my company.
Yeah.
My company's my baby, and it's very successful. So it was tough for me to go, how do I sell this, which at the time was polar opposite than this? So that was my quandary. So I'm in there, and I kept telling my wife, I go, I'm not feeling it. I'm not passionate about this. But then fast forward about a year into it, we're starting to build, and I'm starting to go, I go, now I understand EXP. There is where you can build community. Just because it's virtual doesn't mean you can't build these type of relationships. And it started to grow. So when about 6 months ago we came to a crossroads, and that's when we're like, do we turn Revelation into EXP? Because that was never the plan, ever.
So, so how was that? I mean, how is that building two companies? Because you're still trying to recruit to your Revelation, your brokerage, but now you're also trying to recruit to EXP. So what did that dynamic look like? Or was it
Most of the EXP was out of state.
okay?
So I would travel, doing seminars. You know, we wrote a book, so we would do book signings, and we do keynote speaking all over the country. So it was a natural thing for me to get in front of agents. And just to back up 1 second, Andrew, I used to have people prior to EXP reach out to me all over the country and just go, "Hey, do you coach a mentor? When are you going to build an office in my state?" And I'm like, "Never." And so I already knew there was opportunities because when this EXP come up, I said to my wife, I go, this is what could bridge the gap between those agents out of state that are going, "Hey, how do I get coached and mentored by you? How can I align with you?" And now I'm like, now you could. There's the difference.
Yeah. So you're in EXP now. Your whole brokerage is over here. What let's talk about the COVID-19 and then come back to EXP. What are you guys doing to deal with all this craziness and madness and managing 900 plus agents, applying systems to them? I mean, what does that look like? That's got to be crazy because we have a team in Colorado with 6 agents and we think it's crazy. So,
Yeah.
what does that look like?
So first of all, to me, it was almost like a blessing. Not saying that you wish a pandemic or any harm on anybody, but the timing of us moving the brokerage was we announced it 3 weeks prior to this happening. And, we look back and a lot of people, I got this sucks. But for us, it was sort of a blessing because it lessened the blow of the whole transition because it was crazy and it was hectic. And it actually gave us time to now take a deep breath and process systems and tools to help our agents. So to let you know, I got about 2,500 agents in my downline at EXP.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I have a big. So I look to help them all, as many as I could. So to answer your question,
A nice rev share.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain. But what what this does is it actually really shows how valuable EXP is. Because if I didn't make the move right before this happened, what you just said just now, how am I managing that, would probably be insane. Because I couldn't. I'm not virtual. I'm not set up to do online training. You can only do so many Zoom classes. They're, as much as I know that's what these other companies are trying to do, there's a difference between that and going into EXP virtual world. There's a
Yeah.
big difference. Um, this is what I say for people who don't know. If you're out there and you're going, "Oh well, we're virtual now," and you're not at EXP, you're not virtual. EXP setup. This is Zoom is like a band-aid for compared to what EXP has. And
What do you mean, our Donkey Kong world?
yeah, our Donkey Kong world.
Yeah,
But
yeah. So you fully, give me 1 second. Sorry about that.
yeah.
Technical difficulty. Um, I'm actually in a transition. I'm at my current house. I'm building another house, so where my office is going to be. So I'm kind of just like working anywhere I can in my current house. So I apologize. But yeah, so you've adopted the virtual world. What did you think about it at first? Because I know, some people, and I'm very candid. I got in there and I'm like, well, I don't really like video games. You know what I'm saying? But then I just put my hand on my arrows on my keyboard and I just start walking around. And I just start popping in classes, talking with our partners, finding out. It was so easy yesterday. I switched because when I first signed up, I used my Yahoo email instead of my Google. And I was like, a year into this, I'm changing this crap. I'm over it. I'm over Yahoo. So they literally had it fixed for me within EXP within 5 minutes. And
Crazy.
yeah, it was done and over with. And so was when you first came in, did you love it at first, or did it take a little bit of?
Absolutely hated it. As a matter of fact, and I'm older, so I'm not one of these.
I
You
thought
know,
25, if you're, I don't know. That was my opinion, 25.
yeah, yeah. So when you see an avatar, your knee-jerk reaction is there's no validity to it. But you got to get past it. The avatar is just the vehicle. You don't even have to walk around like you said. You could click a button and you're where you need to be.
Yeah.
And so for the first maybe year and a half, I went in there once. And then one time I had a question that I needed answered. And I was talking to Jay Kinder about it, and he says, "Well, go in the world and go to the whatever room it was and go ask them." I'm like, "Well, I didn't even think of that." So I did. I got some headsets and I went in, and within 5 minutes, I'm talking to someone as if you're on the phone with them, and they're answering the questions. And I'm like, "Well, that's pretty cool." And now that we're completely immersed and we're even doing classes in there, it's amazing how the connection you can have with the instructor, with the people, with the staff. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Blows everything away. So you got to get past that cartoon
Yeah. Yeah.
because because mentally that throws people off, especially older people. But that virtual world's impressive,
Yeah.
wasn't
So for kind of bouncing around, so for like a brand new agent that's like looking at either EXP or really real estate, what should they be doing right now in their business? Because essentially the president could be putting out that this is going to go through June, right?
you could, yeah.
What tools could they be, or what skills should they be focusing on right now? Like one or two that they can implement today that just would help them 3 months from now.
Well, it also depends on what state you're in. Some states, like here in Arizona, there's agents still showing homes and doing open houses. You just take a precaution.
Yeah.
So my thing is, if you're in Arizona or a state like that, and you're comfortable enough to put a mask on and gloves on, go work.
Yeah.
There's no competition. And there's people buying and selling homes. I had one of my agents, she showed me a statistic of last year, how many closings just in our area, which was 500 and something, and this year, which was 200 and something. And my response was, this home's still being sold. 200 and something homes. Look, all you have to do is sell one or two of them and you're making a good living.
Yeah.
Period. So get out there and still work. The other thing is, and what I think is such an advantage for EXP, is there's so much training that you need to get trained. Go get trained. Go listen. And the cool thing with EXP is you're getting trained by top producing agents that are telling you how to do business now. So very valuable information that is in there in the world. And if you're not an EXP agent, here's what I recommend. Reach out to Andrew and get a pass to get in, because here's the cool thing. You can take our classes for free.
Nice.
So, right, Andrew? I mean,
Yeah. 60-day pass
there
until May 31st.
you
So,
go. And they'll extend it if they have to.
yeah, I mean, EXP is definitely agent centric, agent friendly, just providing a ton of value to doesn't matter who, right? The value's value, right? If we can enhance the industry, doesn't matter what brokerage you're with. Now, EXP, we'd love for you to be here and apply that value, but doesn't matter.
That's right.
So, what do you see? What do you see coming like within the next 6 to 12 months with EXP, and what's the shift going to be in like teams and brokerages? What's your take on that?
Well, here's my take on the industry and pretty much the world in general right now. This is my take on it. There's going to be no such thing as we're back to normal. This is not, even if the president says, all right, all restrictions are off, everybody can go back to work. It's not like you just open the doors to the amusement park and everybody's rushing in. That's not what that means. There are going to be people that are going to be still scared shitless, that are afraid of every little thing. There'll be people still walking around with masks and gloves, and there'll be people that won't be comfortable in group settings like restaurants or movie theaters. It's just going to be that way for a long time,
Yeah.
and it could be years.
Yep.
So what do I think is going to happen is at least get out there and work. And quite honestly, every brokerage is going to take some sort of a hit.
Yeah.
It's just the nature of the business. I built my company in a down market. The way I look at it is I'm just going to constantly be looking for agents who want support. And sometimes it's not even the brokerage that you're looking for, it's the people you're aligning yourselves up with. Because there are people at EXP. Look, here, let me backtrack so I'm not making this an EXP thing. There were agents at my company that shouldn't have their real estate license. That sucked. There are team leaders that were at my company that I would be like, who the hell would ever join that team? This is the nature of the business. So it's the same thing at EXP. It's the same thing at Keller Williams. Every company. There are some rock stars at every company, and there's some pieces of crap at every company. So my first thing is look for people you want to align yourself with. And then go, okay, does the company share values that would work for me? You see, people look at it the wrong way. Right away, they're looking at the brokerage. Here's the other thing. Stop looking at numbers, too. There are a lot of agents that go, well, that one's cheap. I'm going to go there. Well, are you in business to make money or to save money? I'm in the business to make money.
Yeah.
And I'm going to align myself with people who are going to make me money. I know how to make money. So if somebody wants to make money, you align with me. You align with someone like you. You were sharing with me, geez, what you have accomplished, most people don't accomplish that in many years. So they're really aligning with somebody like you. Then the brokerage offers that rest of that support.
So I want to backtrack now because we started talking about money and everybody's looking for the next best deal. And, oh, I'm at a discount or I'm at 100% brokerage, blah, blah, blah. I pay a transaction fee. How was your guys' setup before coming to EXP?
Our commission structure?
Yeah. If you don't mind sharing.
No, not at all. So I had 3 plans. A brand new agent would come in on the 70-30 for their first 7 deals. Then once they'd done that, they could either go to the 90-10 program or a flat $400 a month program.
Nice. And what would so after they do those 7 deals, what would you see? Why would they go to the 90-10 or the flat fee? What was kind of the tipping point for that? Because I feel like what was the flat fee if you don't? Yeah.
400 a month.
Okay, sorry. So why would somebody do the 90-10 versus the 400?
Because they don't believe they can do a deal every month. And if they don't do a deal every month, it's 400 out of their pocket. Here's the thing, running a brokerage for so many years.
Oh, there's a flat fee every month.
Yeah, flat fee.
Oh, gotcha. My bad. I was thinking per transaction. So
yeah, no transaction fee, just a flat.
Okay, gotcha.
But running a brokerage for that many years, I see this industry at a level most people don't see. What really goes on, how really most agents think, and it's amazing the scarcity mindset in the industry in general. Instead of looking for value, they look for how low they can pay, and I don't know. It's the nature of the industry.
I think we have a pretty sweet deal over here. I personally, so we have a standard team. We can offer 8K caps, right?
Uh-huh.
But in my opinion, every agent should be striving for that 16K cap, that icon agent earning that stock back.
Absolutely.
Because if you look at it, an 8K cap, if you're on a team, you're never going to cap. You really, right?
For the
I mean,
most part, yeah.
most teams are set up to where they're always going to be taking something from that. So why not just go 16K fully cap and just
Here's the thing, Andrew. I'm gonna share with you something I've learned
yeah,
in business. First of all, have you ever taken a disc assessment? Do you know what that is?
yeah, yep. I'm a
Let
high
me
D.
ask, are you a D or an I?
I'm a high D.
You just answered my question.
Yeah,
And this is what I train people. Um, here's the thing. If you understand disc assessments, a D are the minority of people in the world. So if I took a room of 100 people, probably 15 of them would be Ds. So what does that say? Most people are Is, S, or Cs. So a D thinks everybody thinks like a D. They're drivers. So you just answered your own question. You said, why wouldn't they do this? So basically, you're saying, why wouldn't they be a D like me? Most
I love
people,
this. I'm getting personal coaching right now. So
yeah.
I love this right now. So
So the mindset is you're trying to, here's another way of looking at it. It's like if somebody was blind and they were standing right in front of you and they're blind. And you said, well, what do you mean you can't see this cup in my hand? And they go, I can't see it. And you're shaking them. It's right here. They can't see it. It's the same kind of concept. You're sitting there trying to shake someone going, how can you not see this? Just cap, make more money, strive. They don't get it. And
yeah,
you're not going to force them to get it. You're a D, you're a driver. And people who are not drivers do not think that way. If they're an S and a C, they're cautious. They like comfort. And when you said, why wouldn't they pay 400 a month? You say what a D says, a driver says. It's the first thing out of my mouth. Here, I go one better. I go, why would anybody have a job? If you give me a commission option, I'm taking that all day long. So, you mean to say you won't take a flat fee every month for security? Hell no. I know what I can earn. You see, different
yeah,
type of mentality out there. So what I do is I move on. That's why I say you got to be around like-minded people because then it feeds you. It
yeah.
feeds who you are.
So what's it been like? I know, I mean, you got a massive rev share group now and or organization, and people may not know what revenue share is, but what it is, it's you get paid off the top of agents selling real estate. That's the only way the model works. So any haters, that's how it works. People sell real estate. We get paid off the top. We don't have to wait for anything to be calculated or numbers for the month or whatever. So, what's it like now? I mean, you're probably just traveling around the world. Everybody's begging for your time, you know?
No, I'm not.
No, no,
Yeah, I got to stay at my house.
yeah. Oh well, now. So what's it like now? How do you like when you sit down with an agent or a broker or team leader? What does that conversation kind of look like? And not to give away all your secrets or
Oh,
anything, but what does that look like? Because I know it's well, it's a hard transition sometimes to move something you built, you're dug in to move it somewhere else. So what does that kind of look like? I know it's maybe not be instant, but kind of what do you have if you're say I'm a team leader with ABC brokerage, whatever. I'm so dug in. I got 10 agents. We're doing 50 million in volume a year. What does that conversation kind of look like?
so my first question I would ask you is, what do you think what do you want to see your business look like 5 years from now? And you're going to respond to that.
Mm-hmm.
And the response is, if you're a driver, which most team leaders are, it's going to be focused around a few things. And here's your common denominators. One is income. You don't do it for the income. You do it for what the income's going to get you. And that what's going to get you is freedom. Freedom of time, freedom to do what you want, freedom to live a lifestyle that the money might be able to provide, right? And when you start to talk that way, I'm going to say to you, okay, in 5 years, how are you going to hit that goal? And every company, every team leader is going to answer it the same way. They said, well, I got to get agents to sell enough homes. So I'm going to sit and go. So your leverage is based on your team and your team alone of relying on people that are going to sell houses. And then I'm going to basically say you'll be exchanging your time for money. Because if you ever wanted to go away for a month, what do you think your team members are going to be going? Hey, Andrew, where are you? I need you around. I need help. I need you to answer this question. I need to rely on you. And if you're not there, what do you think they're going to do? Leave. So I'm going to say, hey, Andrew, so in 5 years, if that's where you want to go, how is what you're doing now going to change to get you there? It's not. What if I could show you a different way where you're doing the same thing, but now in 5 years, we could build something that would afford you that? And if you think about it, I built a brokerage that was making me millions of dollars. But do you know what my pain points were? Here were my pain points. Do you know how many lawsuits I had to deal with constantly? A lot. And I had to keep growing the company. And I had to keep maintaining the company. And if I wanted to go away for a month, which me and my wife do,
Yeah.
I'd be getting calls all the time. This staff quit. This staff was stealing. This staff wasn't holding up their work. And because they didn't do their work, this one wasn't doing their work. And I'm like, I'm babysitting staff members. So my pain point was, how do I ever get rid of that? I don't. EXP is the answer. So no matter who you are in the business, EXP solves your pain point. Whether you see it or not, or believe it or not, that's the difference.
I love it. I love it. Well, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I know you're a busy guy. I know we had to push this, and I apologize for the time confusion.
Oh, man, this is great. You made it work.
I love it. And at 3:30, we're actually doing a free Sean Kokoska, former KW president of 2 different sections, is doing a free training for all brokerages. I convinced them to do that for us. So that's going to be good. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Lead conversion, mindset. And he's going to be giving away a free 16-week platform or training program. So definitely sign up for that. That's on my page. Chuck, I appreciate your time. Thank you for all that valuable information. Thanks for the little coaching session I got live on Facebook. So everybody probably saw my reaction. I'm like, oh yeah, I probably need to do more of that and less of that. But I appreciate it. Thanks for everything you're doing for EXP and the industry as a whole. And I know I'm just.
Here's what I could add. If anybody's out there and you want to partner with Andrew, you get me. You know, that's where you start to build and get around like-minded people. Hook up with Andrew. This is a great company, and you get to pick my brain too.
I appreciate that. Yeah, and one thing to add, I've never seen such good collaboration anywhere in the industry. Anyone's willing to give you their helping hand and reach out and talk to anybody or answer any questions. I love it. So
Awesome.
Much appreciated, sir. Crazy background you have, but what a crazy future you have too as well. So appreciate your time. And if there's anything we can do for you in Colorado, let us know.
Awesome. Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you, sir.